All right, so we are starting on your back today. Go ahead and have your George nearby. I got all the rings and toys handy just in case. So toning ball can go overhead as well. So again, easy reach for most of your equipment. Long spine. So take a few breaths and just feel the rib cage expand. Try to get those back bottom ribs to open up. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage draw in all the way around. So you're really trying to get those back bottom ribs to open up because that helps open up your low back, which then gives everything else a lot more mobility as we go through stuff. So as you inhale, rib cage expands. Try to get the back bottom ribs to open up. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, rib cage expands. Exhale, release. So take a few more breaths here. So as you're exhaling, starting to pay attention and feeling those ribs draw down. And then feel that pelvic floor lift and draw up and in. So you're getting your connection of the abdominals from both ends, but keeping that pelvis still. So it's just muscular engagement without the movement. Shoulders are nice and relaxed, neck is nice and long, and let's go ahead and bring those arms up toward the ceiling. So still keeping that nice full breath. So just take a few breaths here. You're not really trying to move the arms, but just feel as you inhale what happens to them. And as you exhale, slowly draw back in. Inhale, feel what happens. Exhale, draw back in. So you're allowing the breath to really do the movement on the shoulder blades, and then you're just kind of adding maybe just a touch at the end so you feel like you can activate those muscles on your own. One more. I'm going to move down a little bit so I have room to go arms overhead. All right, so as you inhale, slowly taking those arms up and overhead. Allow the ribs to lift a little bit as long as they're controlled. Exhale, hands sweep down by your hips. Inhale, arms go up and overhead. And as you exhale, slowly sweep those arms. One more this direction, warming up through the shoulders. And again, be mindful of how that neck feels. All right, and then inhale up the sides. Exhale and slowly release. Inhale up the sides. Exhale and release. One more time. Inhale up the sides. Exhale and release. And then go ahead and grab those toning balls. Elbows into the ground at 90 degrees, holding on. All right, so again, think neck and shoulders relaxed. You're slowly going to let the hands rotate down to the ground. So you're really rotating the arms in the shoulder socket. And then as you exhale, slowly pull back up. So working on opening the chest here. So think about shoulder blades are back, slow, engaged, and then slowly overhead. And then back to where you started. Inhale up and overhead. Exhale back to where you started. So a couple more here. So just noticing what you feel right to left. So we're probably feeling a little different between the sides because we are different on the right and the left. But again, I'm trying to get that opening through the shoulder. So my left arm is a lot more complicated here. It wants to stop right about there, but I can get it to pull back by active engagement. So a little bit more passive here, even though it's still active, and then add a little bit more. Last one right here. And then go ahead and release. Toning balls can go off inside. And grab George. George goes between your knees. All right, back to that long spine. Take an inhale, head nod. So lengthen through the back of the neck. Chin drops toward the chest a little bit. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, head nod. Exhale, let it go. So again, your head's staying on the ground. You're just becoming aware of how that neck feels. And again, when you do this head nod, puts you in a better position so that when we lift up, there's tension-free necks. All right, so last one. Inhale, head nod. Stay here. Exhale, engage through the core. Feel the connection upper and lower. And then use the abdominals to slide your ribs to the hips. So the neck didn't do any work there. Take an inhale. You're welcome to support with a hand if you'd like. And then on the exhale, slowly lengthen out and down. Release the head nod, and then inhale, head nod again. Exhale, connect first, and then slide your ribs to the hips. Inhale, and then exhale and slide back down. Inhale, head nod, core engages, slide up. Inhale, exhale, release down. So again, feel the core do the work here. Couple more. So again, you're getting that connection. You're getting that sense of ribs are pulling toward the hips. Last one. And then release. All right, so feet walk in just a little bit, coming into hip rolls. Again, make sure that your knees are okay with where your feet are. As you exhale, squeeze in on George. Feel your connection engage, and then slowly rolling the hips up. Long spine at the top. Long through that low back. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Slowly reach your hips away, and gently pull back down. Again, think about creating length the whole time. So that small imprint, fire the glutes, lift up. So the distance ribs to hips, staying constant. Exhale and slowly release yourself back down. So you're going directly into that sacrum. So changing how we move. So roll up. So up here, you're actually in neutral. So now if you hinge right at the hips, so no rolling down the way down, you're going to get into controlling that motion. You lift it into neutral, whether you knew it or not, and then slowly hinge down. Two more like this. Roll up, hinge down. One more time. Roll up and hinge down. All right, check in, see how you feel, and then rolling over onto your side. Toning ball, George can stay between the knees, toning ball in hand. That's where I was going with that. So knees and hips both around 90. And again, we're going to do both of our twists that we normally do here. And so long spine. Inhale, that top arm goes to the ceiling. As you exhale, shift the hips back, round your low back, and then turn the rib cage. Stay there for inhale. Exhale, pull yourself all the way back around. Inhale, up. Exhale, shift, round, twist. Stay there for inhale. Back around one more time like this. Inhale, up, shift, round, twist. And then back around. All right, so now the lower body stays still. So inhale the arm up, exhale, turn the rib cage. Again, smaller range of motion. Try to keep the arm a straight line out from that shoulder. And then exhale, pull yourself back around. Inhale up, squeeze George, pelvis stays still, bottom rib lifted, turn the ribs. And then we got one more here up. And down. All right, other side. All right, knees and hips both at 90, squeezing in on George, bottom ribs lifted, long spine, top arm reaches forward. Inhale up, shift, round, twist, and reach that arm out. Stay there for inhale, get a nice yummy stretch, and then exhale, pull all the way back around. Inhale up, exhale, shift, round, twist. Inhale. Exhale, pull all the way back around. One more. Shift, round, twist. And then back around. All right, so this time the lower body stays still. So squeeze it on George, pelvis stays still. Inhale up. So now you're just turning the rib cage. And again, smaller range of motion than what you were just doing. And try to keep that line. Once you inhale up, this is the line that you keep with that arm as you twist. Again, more emphasis going into that thoracic rotation as opposed to the stretch through the pecs. Exhale, last one here. And then back around. All right, from here, George underneath the breastbone, face down. Get my toys out of the way. Okay. All right, check in, see how you feel. Long spine, core is engaged, reach those legs. So as you inhale, feel the rib cage expand, gently begin to pull the arms back, push the breastbone forward, roll George forward. You're gonna feel the ball actually go. And as you exhale, slowly release back. Inhale, shoulder blades, push forward, long spine. And then exhale and release back. 2 more like this. We're gonna do each of the breaststroke preps. They all have a nice different value. So this one is your biggest range of motion and really pushing forward from that mid-thoracic, lower thoracic area. All right, so from here, arms come down by your sides. Allow those shoulders to round forward. Core is engaged. Inhale, start to open up. Reach the arms. Exhale, just a hover line. Stay here, inhale, and then exhale, slowly release yourself back down. So you can keep your forehead to the ground. I'm just rotating so I feel like I can talk to you better than when I'm facing down. Again, take your time here. Really feel George push forward just a little bit, long spine. And then down, 1 more. All right, and then moving into breaststroke prep 3, hands under the forehead. So core engages here, and as you exhale, slowly lift up. So back to that hover line. We just have more weight forward, up. So this becomes your strongest lift. So again, notice where you're lifting from. So core stays engaged, low back stays lengthened. Push George forward. We got 1 more. And then release, check in. George can come out. Hands on the forehead. Hands under the forehead, that would be a much better cue. All right, so core is engaged, legs are gonna be parallel. So think about straight legs, pelvis stays still, and as you exhale, you're slowly gonna lift that knee up, that leg long, inhale, release down. Exhale, the other side. So taking your time here, so notice the space where you're lowering one leg and you lift the other. So that shift, and minimizing that shift. You're gonna have some because the muscles have to reconnect and re-engage, activate, deactivate. But again, how well can you control that shift? Again, feel that pubic bone pressing down, draw up and in, pubic bone toward navel. 1 more time. And then we start with the right, finish with the left, and then stay here, but you're gonna prop yourself up on your elbows and you're gonna pull yourself forward. If this is uncomfortable for your low back at all, please go all the way back down with that torso. All right, so long neck, shoulder blades are back and in, core is engaged. So now your belly button's starting to lift up a little bit, your pubic bone is more weighted. All right, so now bending that knee, so as you exhale, it's 2 presses in, inhale, straighten out. Exhale, 2 presses in, straighten out. So think about pulling from that mid hamstring, mid back of the leg up, and then release. And again, that gets you a little bit more control. That's going to straight line up to your butt. Check in with that upper body posture. And again, there's no body rock here. That's part of the control here. So we're getting an active engagement of those hamstrings, but we're also getting an active stretch through the front of your leg. So if you feel like you're bopping a little bit, that's, again, the control through the core. You're going to share in what is bopping. Bopping is this. Okay, so core is control. So that we really isolate those muscles. We started with the right, finish with the left. And then please sit back into child's pose. And again, that can be on your side. That can be flipped around on your back, whatever works for you. And think about, inhale, get the back bottom rib to open up. We're focusing on equal curve through the whole spine. And then gently let your hips shift side to side. All right, so from here, slowly bring yourself to all fours. Just check in. So we're gonna do a little bit more spinal mobilization here. So hands under the shoulders, elbows pull back. And again, we're not gonna be here for too long, Robin, so I hope your knees are okay with this. All right, so from here, exhale, begin with the tailbone. You're gonna slowly start to tuck under and then gradually allow the spine to round. So focus on keeping those elbows pointed backwards. So inhale, stay. Oops, that wasn't equal curve. That's equal curve. As you exhale, slowly press that tailbone out and then push back to that long spine. So again, shoulder blades are back, elbows point back. Exhale, equal curve, core engages around, in particular the low back. Think about the upper back is just soft and gentle. And then from the tailbone, reach out. One more time, exhale, tug and roll. Again, very active stretch for that low back, and release. All right, come around onto your back. Let's do the ring around your ankles. Tabletop the legs. Go block under my head, arms down by your side. All right, so you're gently pushing out from the hips here. So if you feel like you're pushing more from the knees, go ahead and bring the ring up above the knees. This gives you a different line of pull kind of to do it from the ankles. All right, so from here, think about your imprint. So I want you to engage and lock this spine position in. You're doing that draw up, you drop down. And again, it's just kind of humming in the background, or maybe a little bit louder hum than normal. So take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly straighten those legs more toward the ceiling, a little bit out. Inhale and pull back in. You're pressing out the whole time. So really think, connect first, and then your legs go out. And again, more toward the ceiling, easier on the low back, more of a challenge to go out. So can you maintain that fingertip on the hip pointer and bottom of the rib distance? So the low back doesn't move. So you're really controlling the core first, and then the hip flexors actually get to do their job of bending and straightening at the hip. So a couple more here. Keep pushing out, keep pushing out. Make sure you push from the hips. Last one, up and hold this time. All right, inhale, give me that head nod. You put fingers behind the head if you'd like. Exhale, your abs are already engaged. Use that to slide yourself up. All right, so from here, one hand or both hands coming down into the 100, but we're not going to do 100. All right, so it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tabletop for the next set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. So you're pulsing from the shoulder. One more set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. No discomfort in the low back. Exhale. Pause for inhale, and then exhale. Go ahead and release yourself down. Knees into the chest. And let's go ahead and take that ring out. And you're going to put it inside the ankles now. And again, if that bothers your knees at all, you're coming just above those knees. All right, so from here, back to your tabletop, you are squeezing in. Fingertips to the forehead, or sorry, behind the head. You can put them on the forehead if you'd like. Head nod, curl, lift. So you got that squeeze in going on. So as you exhale, squeeze in a little bit more. Lift your right shoulder just a little bit. Inhale, back off on both. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Inhale, back off. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Back off. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Again, just that gentle diagonal. And again, pay attention, how does that low back feel? So we're using the ring here, that squeeze, to give you a better abdominal connection so that this stays engaged and your obliques can really do the jobs. So feel that oblique come down and in. You're making the X alternating sides. We got one more set. Right, and then left, and then knees in, shake it out. Keep your ring handy, goes under the ankles. Okay, so long spine, core is engaged, and again, feel free to bounce around, go ahead and get it out of the way now. Whee! All right, and then quiet that ring, so minimize that bounce. So notice what you feel when that ring is nice and still. That's what you want to keep, and then slowly bring that right leg up into tabletop. Okay, core engages, head is going to stay down for this one. So fingertips can go on hip pointers and bottom of the ribs. As you exhale, I want you to foot tap. So it could be a toe, it could be a heel, it could be a flat foot. It could be you're not even going down all the way. And then I want you to exhale and straighten that leg out long. Back to center. So you're gently pressing down with this left leg and your foot tapping. and then you're pressing long. So reset that core in between each. So foot tapping, and then press long, and then foot tapping, and then press long. We got 3 more sets. So foot tap and long. Think about what you're feeling at the core. So this is an ab exercise if you really focus on the core being still. Last set here, foot tap and long, and then go ahead and bring that knee into the chest. Keep the other one on the ring, keep it pressed out. Release it for a moment, and then we're going to do leg circles. So nice and small. So if you'd like to be a little bit straighter on the leg, you're welcome to. Remember, whatever is extended is what is drawing that ring on the circle. So it's inhale for half, exhale for half, and pause. Inhale, exhale, and pause. So how big can you go? How big can you go and keep this core contained? So pelvis stays relatively still. We got 2 more this direction. And again, make sure you're going away from you as well as coming in. So that perpendicular is kind of somewhere in the middle. I think we got 1 more. All right, and then go in the other direction. So away and back in, away, back in. 2 more. Last one. And then again, knee into chest, release it, and then you're going to switch legs. Okay, so get that right leg set on the ring, find that balance. Woo, I am not quite centered, hold on. All right, there we go. All right, so tabletop with that left. Again, get this core to engage, get it to be nice and stable. You're drawing up, you're drawing down. Pelvis stays level, those right obliques really have to kick in to stabilize the ring, to stabilize the torso. And then we're going to start with a foot tap. And again, this leg may be entirely different than the other one. And then you're going to push it out straight. And then back in. So slightly foot tap. And again, notice the core on this side. Are you able to go all the way down? It's okay if you need to stay slightly above. And again, let your breath start the movement, especially that exhale. So exhale, start the breath, and then the movement happens. So you can really think about muscles are doing the work they're supposed to, and there's no strain on the body. We got 3 more. This is 3. This is 2. Notice I'm trying to count. Last one. How's that other leg doing? Is staying still. Bring the knee into the chest. Keep the pressure on that right leg going downward. That should be coming from your glute. And then back to tabletop, and we have 5 circles. So inhale for half, exhale for half, and pause. Inhale half, exhale half, and pause. So again, watch the pelvis. Try to keep the thigh pointing the same direction the whole time. I think we have 1 more. Talking and counting does not work today. All right, and then go the other direction. Does it work any day? Again, notice your ribs. Notice any wiggle on the ring. Slow it down, make it smaller. We got 1 more. And then knee into chest. And then you can bring both knees in. So check in, see how you feel. All right, ring can go down for the moment. All right, and now we need George. So grabbing your mini stability ball, get all the toys out of hand. Have your toning balls close at hand. The feet get to go on George. I know there's a toning ball up here somewhere. All right, so legs are zipped together. Again, feel that connection with the core, that pelvic floor lift. You get the draw up and in, you get the draw down. You're creating this nice strong corset in neutral. So you get a little bit of space beneath the low back, and you feel like you're lengthened through the whole spine. All right, so toning balls are down for just a moment while we set the spine up. All right, so core engages. Exhale, lift up. Keep that neutral position, long spine. Now think about your gluteal cleavage, the top of that gluteal cleavage. Slowly exhale and release back down. So you're landing right on that gluteal cleavage. Exhale up. And then slowly exhale down. Got a couple more here, just figuring it out. So I use gluteal cleavage for one of my private clients, and she's like, don't ever say that again. I'm like, I am totally saying that again. But you know where I mean, right? All right, this time up and hold. Let's take those arms up to the ceiling. All right, shoulder blades are back and down. Neck is long. I'm gonna take my block out because my neck did not like that. All right, so from here, with that core zipped, hips are level, slowly take that right arm out to the side, and then pull back to center. Inhale, that leg, other arm goes out. Exhale. Just two more like this. So I want you to feel the obliques really having to kick in to stabilize. One more set. And then slowly hinge yourself back down. All right, so you can stay there, or we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. So go ahead and take your right leg out straight. The knees are still pressed together. The left leg's just going to do all the work. So hips are staying level. You're engaged through the core. Exhale. Whoa. Lift up. I'm going to do my other leg first. Exhale. Lift up. Woo. So knees are still side by side. If you need to do this on the ground, you're welcome to. Hopefully you got there faster than me. I don't know why it's not working today. So I'm going to do it on the ground. Exhale up. All right, then here. All right, so from here, right leg or right arm goes out and up. Inhale, left arm goes out. Exhale, up. We got two more. And again, this is all about doing what you're capable of today. So if you need to put George off to the side or any toys off to the side, you are more than welcome to. Last one here. And then foot down, torso down, arms down. All right, so hopefully you remember which leg you just did. Sorry, I have birds looking at me on my screen here. And then we're going to do the other leg. That was that leg, so this leg now gets to do it, I believe. All right, so core is engaged. Lift up. Up toward the ceiling with the arms. All right, 3 times with the arms. So inhale out. Hips are level. Keep those legs pressed together. Again, that gives you that sensation of core stabilization. Notice the obliques. And notice when I look to the side, I tend to sway. So look straight up if you're able. Last one here. Down, down, and down. All right, go ahead and bring those knees into the chest. Rock around. If you'd like a little hamstring stretch, feel free to straighten the legs and then walk it out. All right, last time, knees in the chest, and then go ahead and roll yourself up. Okay, no toys. We're going to do a little rolling like a ball. So tall spine to start, and then you're slowly going to tuck the tailbone, C-curve your spine. So think about rounding that low back. Upper back is soft. Again, just like we were doing, from the all fours position. And then slowly kick those toes up. All right, legs stay together. Bring your heels towards your hips. That is going to make rolling a little bit more challenge, but I want you to focus on that. So if you need to hold on to those ankles more than the shins, you're welcome to. So take an inhale, roll yourself back. Exhale, come back up and balance. Stay here for a breath. Again, we're taking momentum out. I'll let you use momentum when you roll, but then you got to hold it. And that takes that momentum out. That takes muscle. So inhale, roll. Exhale, balance. Inhale, roll. Exhale, balance. Couple more. Last one. All right, shake it out for a moment, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to turn around so my neck is a little bit happier with me. I need to keep rotating sides. All right, so from here, legs are together, arms are going to reach long. So as you roll down, it's going to be the same thing. As you come back up, you're going to twist to one side, one arm out to the side, the other arm up. Center,
and then twist. So still trying to land straight on that sacrum and then get into the rotation. So get your balance first and then you add the motion. Just a little bit different, right? Good, we got a couple more. Last set. Again, think about where the curve in your spine is. And release. And then come back up and have a seat. All right, so we're going to go into roll up and roll down. So if you know that you have a flat back and you need a little assistance, you're welcome to grab that towel, that cushion, the small blanket, something under your back. That will help you with that rolling up part. All right, and then if you need to, go ahead and roll back, practice, and make sure that it's in the right spot. And again, everybody's a little different, so it's going to be right at your low back. That gives you something to push on. But then again, that gives you that range of motion that you might not have otherwise. All right, did I talk long enough so you can get set up? Okay, I'm trying here. All right, so bend the knees a little bit. As you exhale, slowly round forward. Again, C-curve your spine. Take an inhale, keep that C-curve, but begin to open up the hips. So you're rolling back on exhale, slowly pressing the legs down, core stays engaged. You're slowly going to go over whatever object you have, if you have something there. Inhale, arms to the ceiling, head nod. Exhale, engage the abs first, and then slowly curl up, ribs to hips, and then roll through imprint, and then all the way up. Stay in C-curve. Inhale, shoulder blades back. You're going for that opening up of the front of your hips. Increase that angle, and then slowly exhale all the way down. Take your time. Inhale, head nod, arms up. Exhale, connect the core first, and then ab prep and roll through. So again, your key here is that those feet are down the whole time. Otherwise, those hip flexors are kicking in. That's going to pull on your low back. So if you need to, you're always welcome to bend those knees on the way up. You can use the magic buttons behind the knees, so you ab prep, and then you can pull up. And it's more important that you work the way down. You're stronger on the way down. So take your time here. This is where it really counts that you're straight and that everything is working. Okay, again, use your magic buttons behind the knees if you need to. Core, take your time for that setup as well. Again, decrease your risk of injury. So we have one more here. We are going to finish up. So bring yourself up slowly, head nod, core, engage for ab prep, all the way up. And then check in. See how you feel? All right, you can grab George, you can grab your ring, whichever you prefer. Comfortable sitting position as well for your spine. So if you need to sit on something, you're welcome to. So we're going to come into spine twist. So if you're using the ring, it goes on the breastbone or just under the base of the rib cage. Excuse me. George is pressing in right at the base of the rib cage, shoulder blades down in, lift up tall. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift the pelvic floor, draw in, and twist. Now stay here for a breath, and I want you to notice, is your weight equal on both sits bones? And then on the next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, zip. Did you stay tall and vertical? Stay for that breath. Notice where your weight is, and then back to center. Why is that important? Exhale, twist. So sometimes we go off center, and we don't even know it. So again, where is the weight on those sit bones? So stay zipped up. Think about small range. Nice and controlled here. And again, head staying in front of the breastbone, nose in front of the breastbone. Hands should be pressed in, so the hands are staying in front of the breastbone. And you're really trying to get that spine to rotate and lift. So as you draw up and in, you're feeling everything lift up out of that pelvis. And then you're thinking about turning vertebrae by vertebrae. Core engages, lift, 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 lift. And again, notice what's happening with the shoulders. If one's drawing back, stop that. Again, try to let the spine do the work here. Feel that corset wrap, and it's cinching, kind of like you're wringing that towel. Let's do 2 more sets. Where's your weight? Are you staying centered? and then slowly release. Shake it out, do a little forward fold if you need. And then we're going to come onto your abs for a little back extension work. All right, so George underneath the breastbone because George is awesome. Again, you can choose to do it without George if you'd like. Arms to goalpost to start. Legs are going to be a comfortable distance apart. Knees and toes pointing downward. Your glutes are gently engaged. That helps stabilize the pelvis. And then arms up parallel to the ground. All right, so you're in a hover with your spine. So as you inhale, slowly press the arms forward. As you exhale, push George forward. Slowly lift up. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. Stay here for a pause. Exhale, slowly drop the torso to hover. Arms forward. Inhale, sweep around. Core engages. Inhale, sweep. Inhale, sweep. Couple more. Again, feel the breath move you. Feel George pull in. Feel George push out. Allowing those arms to circle. Nose stays hovering or slightly lifted. Again, it follows the natural extension of your spine. We got one more. And then relax. Pause for a moment. All right, George can come out. Go ahead and take your knees mat width apart. Let your heels gently come together. Again, your hands can be on the forehead, nose down. Core is engaged. As you exhale, keep your knees down for now. I just want you to press the heels together and feel your glutes fire. So again, glutes are firing up here. Hamstring is down here. So where do you feel it? Glutes, hamstrings. So the goal here is to keep those knees out wide. So keeping that connection, keep the hamstring, or sorry, the glutes firing and engaged. On the next exhale, slowly lift the knees up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slowly release down, but keep that glute engagement at the bottom. So keep those heels pressing in. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release down, keeping that engagement. So this time, as you lift up, if you're able, take your knees a little bit wider, as long as you're not sticking to the mat. That's what I'm doing. And then slowly exhale, release down. Keep the glutes engaging. Keep those heels pressing. So you're maintaining the tension on the muscle as you're doing the work. Again, as you're lifting, trying to lift the knees a little higher. Got one more. And then slowly release. Go ahead and windshield wiper the legs. Check in, see how everything feels. And then roll over onto your side because it's my favorite time of class. All right, George, down here for now, just holding that hand so that helps you set the shoulder blades a little bit better. And you get a little push there for stability if you need. Back of the neck is long, so again, if you want a little bit more stability, you can bring that bottom leg forward. You can also bend that leg. So I'll let you decide where you want to go today. Bottom rib is staying lifted. From here, lift that top leg parallel, press the heel out. All right, so from here, think about that core stability. Think about the draw in. So you have this opposition of glute and core engaging. Keep that heel pressing out, and you're slowly going to rotate that knee toward the ceiling, and then you're slowly going to rotate that knee down. So working the internal, external rotation, shoulder stays relaxed on top. Again, that ball is just there to kind of give you a little bit of biofeedback as to what's going on. So rotating. So again, that leg is staying still. It's just turning in the socket. One more. Keep the knee and toe turned up. Bring your heels together. So keeping the pelvis still, slowly slide that knee up as far as you're comfortable, and then slowly back down. So your key stopping points would be if that knee starts to change its angle. So if it starts to come forward, that's your stopping point. Or if your pelvis starts to roll back. Core engages, control, control. Bottom rib is staying lifted. One more like this. So this time you're going to pull that heel in. You're going to keep the knee there. Now straighten the leg and then slowly close. So pull the knee in, straighten the leg, and then slowly close. So again, noticing as you straighten the leg, can you keep that same angle with the femur that you started with? Pull, extend, and down. Two more, pull, extend, and down. So your range of motion may be different than mine, and that is perfectly fine. Last one here. All right, knees and toes, both are pointing out on both feet. You're gonna exhale, lift, and now you have small beats. So it's 4 beats with the feet flexed, 4 beats with the feet pointed. So the leg angle stays the same. Try saying that too many times fast. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, both legs are moving. One's going up, one's going down. Last set here. Exhale. And then slowly release. All right, bend that bottom knee a little bit. Go ahead and bring that leg out, top leg up straight again. Check in with that bottom rib, reach the leg, side kick. So inhale, bring that leg forward, press through on the heel. As you exhale, core engages. You can use that hand for a little balance. Extend the leg back. You can let your spine go into extension a little bit. So slowly bring it forward. Tailbone points toward the bottom of the mat. As you exhale, core engages. Control this extension. Let that hip move backwards a little bit. Really reach and see if you can get a stretch through here. Through the torso, through the hip flexors as well. Nice. Couple more. Long through that low back. That is the key on that extension. Controlling that extension so you stay long. One more. And then slowly back to center. Legs out. That bottom arm goes out straight. George can go off to the side for the moment. As you exhale, pull. That wasn't a very good cue. As you exhale, bottom rib lifts. Push into that bottom hand, legs go long and parallel, and then release. So again, watch your hips. Keep everything stacked so shoulders and hips are both facing forward. 3 more. Getting that lateral flexion, bringing the top rib and hip together, and then you're controlling that release. So slower on the way down. Was that number 3? Let's do one more. And then release. All right, flipping around to the other side. Again, you decide here what you need for poise, for comfort, for feedback. Long spine, bottom ribs, core is engaged, and then that top leg stays lifted. All right, make sure that bottom rib's up, reaching that top hip. All right, press through on that heel again. And again, the leg stays in place. You're just rotating the femur and the hip socket down and then up. So if you can see yourself in the video, you're really paying attention to where that leg is. So you're rotating about the axis. Last one. All right, so from here, heels come together. Keep that knee rotated up. Keep that bottom rib lifted. Bring the leg in, and then slowly slide it out. And again, the goal here is the hips stay level, shoulders stay level. So use that ball under your hand to help control that rotation and really feel those obliques. I can tell on me, this side is way tighter. This is the knee that has the issues. Way more challenging. The hip is not nearly as open. So we're using the hamstrings to pull in, but we're also using those deep hip muscles to kind of keep that stabilization, keep that knee pulling toward the ceiling. Couple more here. Check in with that bottom rib before we go to the next thing. All right, so this time you're going to slide that leg up. Hold it there. On exhale, straighten the leg, and then slowly release down. So I noticed on mine that the knee rotated downward when I extended, so I'm keeping it more at that angle and back down. And down, definitely more challenging on this side. So this knee's not going to be as rotated up as high for me. Again, this is the knee that is injured. I got about 3 more of these. Relax your neck and shoulders. And again, being mindful, what's going on with your body? What do you see? What do you feel? All right, relax. Whew, check it out for a moment. And then bring that bottom leg a little bit more forward. You can bend it some. Coming into side kick. So recheck, bottom rib. And then you're slowly going to bring that leg forward. Press through the heel. And then as you go back, you're going to point the foot. And again, let yourself go back into extension. So slowly bring that leg forward. And then slowly back into extension. Forward. Back into extension. And again, notice as you go into extension, that leg goes back, the glute fires. You're letting the rib or the hip go farther away from the rib with control. And again, your range of motion is going to be yours. So really be mindful of that. We got 2 more. Keep that leg parallel and then bring it in. Everything goes out straight. We need to do beats. I forgot something. I knew I was going to do that. All right, so core engages. Hand on the ball. Knees and toes are turned out. And then lifting. All right, so point with the feet first. You have 4 clicks with the feet flexed. They're pointed. 4 clicks with the feet flexed. 4 clicks with the feet pointed. 4 clicks with the feet flexed. Good, nice strong core. Both legs are moving. Got 2 more sets. Last set here. And release. All right. George off to the side. Whoops. I guess on the ground works. All right. Bottom arm reaches out. Top leg reaches long. As you exhale, lift and bring the rib and the hip closer together. And then again, slow on the way down. It's okay to be faster on the way up, but control on the way down. Fast up. Take your time. Again, think lengthen your spine. That elbow can stay on the ground. You can go up to the hand. What works for you today? What's going on with shoulders, spines? Let's do 2 more. And then release. Oh, go ahead and roll onto your back. Knees into chest. Rock around for a moment. Check in. And let's go ahead and stretch the hips. So figure 4 stretch. Again, let that hip press away. And then you're slowly going to bring that knee across. So you get the stretch differently in the deep hip. You did a lot of good things. Slide that other leg in, bottom leg, and then you're going to twist away just a little bit. Whatever leg's on top, you're going away from that hip. All right, back to center, switch legs. That first foot goes on the ground. Again, think about pushing that hip away gently. And then slowly bring that knee in across the body. Just check in with what you feel at the hip first here. And then slide those knees together. And again, you're going to, and again, and you're going to twist away from that top leg's hip. Try to keep those shins as parallel to each other as you can. And then slowly center, feet down. Check in, see how you feel. Okay, so stay there. I'm just flipping sides again. Oh, let's grab George. Grab the head pad if you need. Come here, George. Come here, George. Okay, George between the knees. Toning balls in hand. Please tell me I took both of them up here. Arms to the ceiling, sink those shoulder blades down. All right, so connect to the core and then slowly bring both legs up. So I want you to focus on squeezing in on George. All right, so from here, inhale, head nod. Exhale, go ahead and curl yourself up. All right, so the arms, again, are giving mild feedback because of the toning balls. All right, so from this head position, I'm going to support my neck again. All right, so you stay there. So as you exhale, I want you to twist the lower body. So your legs are going to go a little bit to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, legs to the left. So feel the challenge of having to do it with the head up. So keep going, legs to the right. Back to center. My neck was like, I cannot talk and do that one today. So you keep going. So we're by both hands here. You've got that little bit of a twist and a rock in your pelvis. So again, the knees are staying pointing the same direction the whole time. Your feet and knees travel the same distance. You're truly just rocking that pelvis. All right, so let me get back up here and join you. So you should be feeling those obliques. All right, so now I want you to challenge the obliques the next time you go to the right. So as you go to the right, let that arm go out too. Also going to the right. Back to center, legs go to the left arm goes out. So continue alternating. Whatever side you're going to, that arm is joining it. So it's making a little bit more work for that oblique on the top to really have to engage. Got it? So notice that feeling. So keep going. So again, you're in that crunch position, and now we're adding that twist. So you've got a really strong abdominal connection just because of the position we put you in, and now we're challenging it. So what's your range of motion you can do? And keep that lower body in just the rock. And again, that's working on that body awareness. What's happening? Because a lot of times those feet will start to go a different distance than the knees. All right, let's do a couple more. We started with the right, finish with the left. And then when you're done, go ahead and release down. Feet down, and again, check in. Toning balls can go off to the side. Arms down by your side. All right, just a few hip rolls here. So normal hip rolls, so exhale, draw in, squeeze in on George. You're slowly, gently engaging those glutes and the hamstrings a little bit. Roll yourself up long at the top. And then exhale, pulling the ribs away from the hips. Slowly bring yourself back down. So just bringing you into something symmetrical before we flip you over and do our last extension work. One more like this. Again, just noticing how the spine is moving and articulating. All right, and then flipping over on your abs. No toys required. Gonna keep a block for my forehead. So feet will go mat width apart, maybe even a little bit wider. Knees and toes are turned out. Arms to goal pose position. All right, so I want you to think breaststroke prep 1. So as you inhale, shoulder blades pull back and in. You're slowly going to extend through the upper body. The base of the ribs cage stays down. As you exhale slowly, I want you to drop that torso down, bend your knees, and then lift the knees. And then inhale, slowly start to lower the legs, straighten it out, and then gently push the breastbone forward. Exhale, slowly down, bend the knees, lift the glutes. So this is very slow-mo swan dive, if you want to think about it that way. Try to keep those knees and toes turned out. And again, how often do we actually do it? Really take time to feel what's going on. So notice that nice and slow. Again, what range of motion works for you? Make sure the low back is strong. No discomfort in the low back. Make sure the glutes are firing. You know what's working. So we're getting a little bit of hamstring here, and then it's already engaged. Now the glutes can do a little bit more work. Last one here. And then go ahead and slowly release. Last time, child's pose. Again, where do you need to go to get that equal curvature? It can be here, it can be on your side, on your back. Feel free to rock your hips side to side. And then last time, bring yourself back around to where we started, on your back. Check in, see how you feel. Notice what's changed since we started. Feel free to rock the pelvis around a little bit, rock the shoulders. Again, kind of let everything just kind of sink down. I know I feel better because now the neck pad feels upward. All right, slowly bring yourself to sitting. Inhale, open up, chest presses forward, shoulder blades back. Exhale, round yourself forward. And then inhale all the way up, stretch tall, stretch tall, stretch tall. And you are done for today. Excellent job. Great to have you here. Stop recording.